Yeah, it's been nice. It's been really good to get on the field. Ultimately, that's what we want to do. So sometimes it feels like a desk job during the off season, and it's nice to just get out there and get things going.
Kellen, I believe it was last week, the news came out that Austin Ekeler agreed to some incentives and is going to obviously remain with the team. What's your reaction to obviously knowing he'll be around?
Yeah, obviously just excitement. Really excited to get to work with Austin. I think he's obviously been one of the top guys in this league, had such an impact on this place, and so really excited to just start building this thing together and building his role in this offense. And I'm really excited.
There's been the last few years here. You were not here obviously, but there's been a lot of talk about Austin and his usage and what's ideal. I mean, in your perspective, what is there like a touch number you'd have for him, or how do you kind of view?
Yeah, I think definitely as we build this thing, there'll be probably an ideal goal. I think it's a little early to kind of narrow the focus already, but excited to go through the process with him. Certainly he's a guy like a lot of the guys on our team. You want to get these guys as many opportunities as they can. Anytime you have a running back like that, it's really about touches, whether it's in the run game, pass game, whatever it may be. When you have playmakers like this, you want to make sure you distribute the ball to those guys.
What's particular about his skill set that stands out to you?
I think he's got really good vision, really good feel for the game. I think just his spatial awareness in the run game, running the football, but also in the pass game, his ability to catch rather sometimes simpler routes and turn them into explosive plays, big plays is just a really tremendous asset.
How vital or important is it to kind of find a second running back, since you had a nice mix there in Dallas with Zeke and Pollard?
Like a lot of positions, we're going to need depth. You're going to need a lot of different guys to contribute through a season. These seasons are really long. You're 18 weeks in the regular season, then the playoffs, preseason, all the things that could add up. And so we're going to need other guys to contribute, and we're really excited about the other guys that are in that room, particularly in the running back room, just to give them these opportunities throughout the training camp process, the preseason process, and then we'll figure out how the roles all get distributed.
And to spend some time with Quentin Johnston over the last few weeks after you guys drafted him, what's jumped out to you about him as a player on and off the field?
Yeah, obviously the physical component of it is really evident. Just his ability to make plays from a physical standpoint, size, height, weight, speed. His range catching the football is when you get out here on the field and you start seeing him catch passes, his range is really tremendous. And I think the other thing that we've obviously highlighted is his ability to make plays after the catch, and I think you can certainly see that, his suddenness to get in and out of breaks once he catches the ball to the transition into a runner, I think will be really big for him.
How valuable is having a guy like Keenan Allen and even Mike when he's here for a guy like Quentin, who is a little bit raw, has some developing to do, to have two guys like that to help him?
It's one of the best setups for a young guy. I think to have those guys who've kind of been there, done that, they're going to be big parts of this offense, but they're going to be able to help bring him along as we go. Keenan and Mike have been great examples of those guys. Certainly early in this process, you can see them out on the field when those guys are together, just giving those guys as much information as you can. All the experiences that Keenan has, that Mike has, that Josh has, are huge assets for these guys.
What's been your early impressions of Sean Slater at left tackle?
Yeah, he's done an awesome job. Obviously we're not able to do as much of the physical component from an O-line perspective, but his command and presence is pretty clear and evident. As soon as you walk out on the field with the first group, he's going to be a tremendous asset for us.
You've been around some good left tackles, obviously. What is having a guy at that spot do for just the offense in general?
Yeah, I think it certainly simplifies your thought process as far as having a guy who you feel comfortable with can manage a certain side of the football, and so allows you to maybe draw attention to other aspects of the protection game plan and whatnot. And so, we got a really deep offensive line, guys that have played a lot of football, and so I think it's really exciting for us just to get these guys gelling together, spend time together, because they've all played football. They've kind of played in different positions and independent just because of the injuries last year. So get these guys together, spend some time together, and I think we're really excited about that.
How much of a weapon do you feel like the left side of your line can be in the run game with Rashawn, Zion moving over there, and obviously Corey at the center?
Yeah. Obviously, I think we're building this left side that's going to have just some tremendous strength behind it, and those guys' ability to use their strengths. The right side as well. Just those guys, but kind of solidify these positions, get these guys working together. I think that's one of the biggest things with offensive line is, it's five guys that got to be in sync, and the more those guys spend time together, I think is critical. And so I think we're really excited about the way it's laying out.
In terms of a preliminary install and going through the offense for the first time, how much progress have you made, and how much do you think you'll have by the end of the day?
Yeah, it's really good. I think we take this first lap through OTAs. It's a little bit fast. It's that first lap. There's going to be some stuff that's good. There's going to be plenty of stuff that we got to kind of clean up and redefine and all that sort of stuff. And then you just kind of got to ace it in training camp. I think that's our main focus is, this is that first lap. And then training camp, we really got to hit it really, really well, and then get ready for the season.
Anything that you learned in Dallas as far as first installs and anything that you carried through to here?
I think this is a really good process just because it's really, it's new to a lot of guys, and so you're able to carry over what we can from the past couple of years, and then build off some of the Dallas stuff that maybe is coming from a scheme standpoint. But you got to keep it tight. You got to keep it condensed. There's a lot of different ways of playing football, and you just got to keep it tight and condensed so that these guys can play fast.
Is it tough to take a good offense and make it that much better?
That's a great question. I think there's a lot of good things here, and so certainly we've tried to embrace that as much as we can to keep all the good that's in place, and hopefully bring a few other things that hopefully can help us in some other areas as well.
Is that where improving the running game would come in, for instance?
Yeah, I mean certainly statistically the run game you want a little bit more out of it. I think some availability on the offensive line and some of our positions will be a huge asset to that, and then schematically there'll always be little adjustments, little flavors that may look different, or who knows.
Talking to Rashawn about the run game, you just mentioned that one big difference has been just simplifying a lot of things in terms of the run game, kind of streamlining things with the rules. What's your approach in terms of the run game, in terms of keeping things simple, and how does that sort of manifest itself for you?
Yeah, I think it's identifying what your primary runs are going to be, your go-to runs. You want your guys playing fast, so they can allow their physical talents to show up, and so try and identify what's going to be our strengths, and then you got to have enough flavors through a season just to be able to present different things to a defense, protect your primary runs, but you got to certainly identify what's going to be our hang our hat on type stuff.
Well, I'm guessing it's probably a hectic off season with the move and the transition and everything, but is there anything when you're not here that you like to do for fun outside of football?
We got 3 little ones, so that's kind of the chaos that we live in. So we got 8, 7, and 4, and so we're becoming Californians. So we're exploring the Cali life. It's been good.
Is that like trips to the beach, trips to Disneyland, all the above?
Yeah, all the above. Yep. So it was an easy sell for them because we told them that whole Disneyland, California beach thing that we always did in the summer, we're going to do that during, that's going to become permanent. So it was good.
In terms of what you've run in, how much of it is still what's been here the past couple of years, and maybe what percentage or part is of Dallas stuff?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question. Probably haven't quantified it exactly. I think, football is football, so there's going to be a lot of concepts that maybe are similar in a lot of ways, a few little wrinkles. But again, conceptually, things that, Keenan, Justin, Mike, all these guys, Gerald, all these guys that have done in the past, we want to make sure we keep incorporating those things in whatever way possible.
Maybe the passing game mostly the same, and the run game, a few wrinkles and stuff.
Yeah, but I think every season you're going to have wrinkles, you're going to have different stuff. I think that's the ebbs and flows of NFL seasons that, even if we were together for 10 years, the 11th year should feel a little bit different. And so you should always have a little bit of growth each and every offseason.
You mentioned Keenan and his experience. What's it been like working with him both on the field and just in the meetings and stuff?
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's been awesome for me, even personally, just to have a guy in our room like that who's just played so much football, has so much experience. You can kind of bounce things off of him, and I'm really excited as we build this thing as an offense to continue to utilize all those experiences that he has.